Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Ike Onoha. This is the House of Common, and to my right,
Hey, yo, Suji, House of Commons.
LD Demola, House of Commons.
Pascal Atuma, House of Commons.
House of Commons?
House of Commons, yeah.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Well, it's a beautiful day today, and we have a very interesting topic. Men are better cooks than women. What do you think, Amy? Yes or no?
I disagree.
I don't know about that one. It's close, man. I don't know. Y'all come back to me on that one.
Okay. Pascal, you agree?
I don't know.
You disagree?
I disagree. My sister, I have two of my sisters. Actually, two of my sisters. I don't know which kind of man can cook better than them all.
Okay. LD.
Being that I'm not the greatest cook of all time, I do got the cook of the wrist, but the food I've eaten is really good, cooked by women. So, you know, I do know
What
what.
about you, eh?
Uh-huh.
What about you?
What?
Because of that sausage you cooked the other day.
As a matter of fact, let's just put it out there. This topic was inspired by events that happened this morning. A certain person, I'm not naming names, I was supposed to flip some sausages this morning, and you got burnt.
Somebody.
I burned the food. I burned the food.
Yeah, he burned the food.
Cool.
He cooked the food so much, the food started looking like him.
Oh, wow!
That's a low blow, bro.
But I know the ladies like the chocolate though, so I ain't even tripping.
You are not
You know
chocolate,
what I
I'm
mean?
chocolate.
Yeah, I'm not chocolate I eat.
You are off
No,
chocolate.
you're
I'm that chocolate, son. It's good.
You're a caramel.
I bet you this guy caramel. Which caramel? I bet it's Nigerian skin.
Alright, guys. On a more serious note,
Yes.
men are better cooks than women. I say yes to it. You know why? Back in the days, growing up, my mother is an excellent cook. I'm not going to take anything away from some women. Some women are very good cooks. My mother is one of them. She even actually ran a restaurant. But I have been to some restaurants here in LA. I don't want to say any names because I don't want to put them on blast like that. But this hotel, it was horrible. The least thing you can mess up when you cook is stew. I'm telling you, my brothers, I ate that stew, even a canned stew, you know, was better than what I ate in this restaurant. It was that bad. It was a so-called African restaurant
I can agree to that.
here in LA.
Really?
I was so disappointed.
Ew.
And look,
Well, I know you don't want to mention names, but for those of us who know, there's very few African restaurants in Los Angeles.
take your pick. Well, needless to say, I would never go back there to eat. I would never go back there to
But
eat.
but here's the thing.
And I would not recommend that restaurant.
Okay, how do you know who was cooking? How do you know who the cook?
Well, the lady that served
The lady
me,
served you.
yes, the lady served me, and there was no gentleman in that country. So it must have been the woman that cooked that
But I
food.
mean, that's just one event though. That's
True.
Because
True,
Marcus
but-
Christopher in Lagos, first time in Nigeria. Marcus Christopher they play with.
Well, no. See, look, when it comes to cooking, I give it to some women. Let's take it back a little bit. Women from back in the days, my mother's generation, they are very good cook, excellent cook. As a matter of fact, you are trained from childhood to start learning how to cook because that was one of the requirements for getting a good husband back in the days. This day in our generation, how many parents train their children that way?
Yeah, but
How
that's,
many kids, how many teenagers
I know.
how to
I agree.
boil water?
But that's just
Or
basically
boiled
saying.
egg.
I know what you're saying, but that's basically saying women these days just don't know how to cook compared to women back then. Now, because if that's your point, right? The percentage of women who were trained to cook is way more than the percentage of men that were trained to cook. So if your
But
point,
see, that's if you're looking at it from the African perspective. Because in the
Or
American,
anywhere.
in the American, no. In the American perspective, you have men and women, right, who go to school and learn how
who go to school and cook.
Yes.
So that's a trained cook. And I don't know if it's a
So it
fact.
doesn't depend on man or woman.
But
Okay.
I've seen in American history, there have been more marketed male cooks that have gone through training to be cooks.
So you agree with me?
I'm not
the fact
agreeing
that
with you,
men are better
but if you're
than
saying
women.
they're
No, I
better
don't
cooks
agree.
based on how they've been trained, from what I've seen, I don't know if it's fact, but the Chef Boyardees and all these names of male cooks
Are
that
all
you're
men.
before, because they went to training or they were better marketed. It does not necessarily mean that the population of men who cook is more than women. It's just that I've seen more men own restaurants and be lead cooks.
Okay. When I've seen the few male cooks that I know growing up, and like I've cooked from American food to Nigerian food and all these things, when they cook though, they cook. It's
They throw down.
good.
I agree on that one.
It's good.
I
Good.
agree on that one.
It's not like, nonsense. When they say, when a guy tell you he
When
cook,
the day they say they want to cook.
they're cooking.
Okay.
They're cooking.
My guy, I'm sorry, the food I'm eating for some women though, my guy.
Of course.
From most women, because most in our culture,
Yeah, of course.
in world culture,
Of course.
women cook more than
All I'm
Okay,
saying is
so let's bring it home
I've
right
tasted
now.
it from a man.
Sorry guys,
Okay.
let's bring it home right now.
Okay.
LD, honestly, have you eaten Pascal's food?
guys. Biko one.
No, just
Hold on. Let me go like this fast. There was one day, I ate one fish that this man cooked. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie, yo.
Yeah, I think that
My
one.
guy,
now, let me compare just that fact to some of those women that you've eaten their food. How does that food compare to the taste
My
of those women?
guy. Listen. Okay. We can't really say that because obviously he can cook, that's cool, but my brother, maybe I'm not going to Nigeria in a while, or maybe I don't know if there are women.
I want to answer.
My guy,
I want to
see, I can cook, bro.
Let me answer that question.
Yeah.
See, I get busy in the kitchen.
Yeah.
Come on. Women can cook, right?
You think I can cook?
I think you can cook.
Okay. We are 7 of us in number, right?
Well, where?
My mom and my dad. I'm half 3 brothers and 3 sisters. In my family, do you know my rank when it comes to cooking?
Number 7.
No, number 6.
Number 6.
Okay.
Okay.
I know one person I can beat. I'm not gonna mention the name, but you know I can beat you. But you know what?
Are all your sisters married?
Bros, that's
I need to jump the line. They mean they can cook like that? Huh?
You are sure I want to see what I'm saying. Hold on. Let me I'm coming to something, right?
Okay.
Out of all the other 5, right? One of my sisters is the best, followed by another sister, then followed by one brother, then followed by another sister, before another brother, before you get me. So when I go back to my family house, if I go to the kitchen, they will start laughing oh, no, are you sure you want us to eat today? So, but when I come out to other people, they think I know how to do
Let
it.
me ask you this.
You're blessed though, for you to have, I've tasted your food. It's
I don't
very
eat that.
good.
I don't eat that.
For you
That's
to
what I
have
said.
sit in your
That's
family.
what I said.
I'm looking forward to eating the other
This
people's
is
food
gonna go to
that
something,
are up
right?
around the
From my
rank.
perspective, right? I'm gonna ask one quick question and I'm gonna make a statement.
Okay.
Do you think the reason why your sisters are good cooks is because more of them are usually through nurture and maybe nature, they are told that is an important trait to have? Do you think that's why they're better? And also, actually, go ahead and answer that first.
No. In my house, being growing up, right, we had about maybe 6 servants.
Wow, bro.
Yeah, growing up, that's what we had. Living
That's
with us.
it.
It's not about money. It's a Nigerian thing. But
Seven, bro.
my mom never treated them like servants. So everything is rotated. The days of washing dishes, you're washing today's you and you washing dishes. The day you and this person will help my mom in the kitchen. The day you and this person will do this, or the day my mom just don't want to cook. My mom was a midwife, so sometimes pregnant women come, they call her, she go into the hospital, then she will tell you, okay, today Amy and you cook rice, jollof rice for everybody to eat. So it was rotated whereby everybody learned how to cook, but the women were much closer to her than us. So even though we were given.
You know what? Another thing that affected you, because back home in Nigeria, when you were raised, men are not supposed to be in the kitchen cooking.
Yeah.
It was more like a woman with female show.
Yeah, but
that's the system back home.
But you see, that's not what my mom and my dad wanted to train. My mom wanted to train people that can survive.
But it ended up being that way because they were trained that they'll get better husbands, and they're supposed to cook for their husbands.
But I'll give you an example. If I didn't know how to cook, I wouldn't have survived Hollywood.
Wow, that's beautiful.
Okay, let me ask you something.
But that's what I'm saying.
Let me ask you this. The reason why I would say I can make a statement like women might be better cooks than men.
They
Because-
not might. They
No.
are.
Just to kind of give maybe or maybe not. They are naturally more patient than men. I'll say that. I don't want to say this as a
Okay,
fact
can I raise my hand up?
because I know cooking takes a lot of attention and patience.
Can I raise my hand up?
Yeah.
You know how to cook or not know how to cook depends on who trained you.
Yeah, that's true.
It affects.
If you go to a family where their mom was not trained properly to cook, what she's gonna teach the children is what she knows.
Yeah.
So
Sure,
it's
yeah.
actually transferable. Not knowing how to cook is actually
Is transferable.
Oh,
No,
so
you
now
got-
we're talking about the
okay,
taste
okay,
of the food.
okay, good.
Yeah.
Okay, to expand that
what,
thought
yeah.
further, I will agree and I will not agree. In two cases, I was married to a Ukrainian. Her mother is a very good cook, but she was not a good
Is she
cook.
watching this show?
I don't know, maybe not.
Okay.
But she is not a very good cook. She's not as patient as her mother. So,
So you think patience has a lot to do with it?
to answer what you just said, not necessarily true.
Are you sure her
And,
mother trained her? Are you sure her mother?
Well,
are you sure?
Well,
because
my
just because her
mother, in
mom,
another case, my
doesn't mean that she
mother,
trained
my
her.
mother is a very excellent cook. None of my sisters can cook like my mom. I'm sorry.
They can't cook like your mom, but can they cook?
They can cook,
'Cause I don't
but not
know
like
any
my
girls
mom.
that
But my
can't
mother
cook
trained
like
them. Look,
Maybe I'm fortunate. My mom would be getting that whip.
So hold on
Okay,
now.
okay.
So sometimes it also depends on the individual. They can choose to or not.
Yeah.
See, I never knew I could cook as good as I cook now because one, it was not a macho thing to do back home growing up. I would never even enter. My mother would not even let me step foot in the kitchen. Though. My father could cook, but because my mother does all the cooking, he doesn't really cook.
You know what they call cooking, a cooking man?
What?
Woman porn. Like women love.
Yeah.
Just to get you straight up.
Americans. It's an American thing.
Yeah.
When a man can cook, wow. In short, don't ever show a female, an American female, that you can cook because it's all about.
Oh man.
She will never touch
That's why I bring the sausages, by the
cooking
way.
again. She will leave the cooking for you. But from our society, where
It's not
we're
really
from,
acceptable.
it's a macho thing. Men
Yeah.
don't even.
Okay,
No, no,
okay,
no,
wait,
no,
so
no, no,
that-
no,
that-
no, okay,
hold on,
okay,
I want to
okay,
go.
okay,
Yes, go
okay.
ahead. Okay.
I was just gonna say that when I was in college, I was like fiending for Nigerian food. I wanted to eat it because I was always eating American food. Then I just learned how to cook. I just started
Out of the desire
I
that
was
you
I was
wanted
like,
to eat
I
this
had to
food.
learn.
I don't necessarily.
So when I started dating a Nigerian girl,
And she put that work.
and I just started. She was like, "Yeah, I'll cook some rice. Do you want to try it?" She's like, "Okay, cool." Man, she was like, "God damn, this shit is good." so as I started doing that, I was like, "Oh," so I started learning how to cook rice and stew. I was like, "Mom, I want to learn how to make a good soup, but I'm scared. I think I'm gonna mess it up." So I just took it like once. I think I'd done it twice. So like it took me once or twice just to get it, but you know.
Let me ask you, did any of the girls you dated ever try to learn to cook because you could cook? Did they ever
Oh
try?
yeah,
They
oh
tried to
yeah.
learn?
I've actually showed a girl I was dating how to make certain dishes.
And she learned to.
Oh yeah, I made some.
That's
uh,
nice.
I've been pretty fortunate.
Most
All the women in
of
my
them
life,
will not even.
Oh, yeah.
Once they know that you can cook,
Oh yeah.
it's over.
Oh, fish
all the women in
fry.
my life, that wrist work,
Yeah.
boy, they can cook. I mean, I've been super fortunate. Like, but here's one thing I'll say though. And I think this I can ask this question after. But I dated a lot of girls, right? And the kitchen has never really been
An issue.
the kitchen has never been a focal point until I dated a girl who knows how to cook.
Ah!
Jesus
Now you started.
Christ.
You
I'm
started
gonna tell you
judging
this,
everybody
right?
based on that.
I promise you,
Wow.
whether her or the next person,
Who-
I'm gonna tell you straight up right now. If you cannot cook,
Spoiled.
let's just cut the game off real quick. Straight up. Because
You're wrong.
there's one thing that a lot of women don't understand. I know they say, no, I'm be real. I'm be
Man's
real.
eyes opening up
I'm be
real
real with you
wide.
because it's that food, bro. The way to a man's heart is through his stomach. I did not know the fact.
Really?
I did not know that was the fact until whenever I get pissed
What was her
and then
name?
she cooked. No, I'm not gonna say it.
Book,
You watching this though?
Bookie.
I didn't know that was a fact until whenever I get pissed, right? And all of a sudden there's a smell in the kitchen, and then I eat. I don't even know how to be pissed again because it's just like
But honestly, don't take behind me. Was she American or not Nigerian?
she's American,
Okay.
but she cooks some.
Interesting.
You chop that and see my guy. Don't lie.
Yeah.
Hold on.
I won't lie to you.
Hell!
I've eaten egusi at home. I've eaten at my mama's place. I've eaten it everywhere. I'm not gonna lie, at least top 10.
Wow.
That's
This
your
girl-
Let me agree with
Top
you.
10.
See,
And
I'm going to die.
See,
Internet.
Internet.
Chief, I will get angry. She will cook. I will just say like this. I know if you move.
But wait, let me tell you.
Oh, no lie.
Let me tell you
I
something.
can't
right?
move.
Top
I
10
know
at
a
least.
Nigerian guy in Dallas, Texas, that's married to an African American woman who has taken her time to learn how to cook our dishes.
Hell.
My brother, if you go to her house and eat,
You go feed.
you will not know that this is not an African. So
Wow.
this cooking thing is based on interest.
True.
So
Yeah.
people who are willing to put up
That's
the
true.
effort.
True.
That's
So if a man wants to learn, a man can learn. But I don't know what a man can learn. An Igbo man can learn to beat Igbo women. That really, that really
They
know how
get
to
in it.
cook.
Yeah.
They get
Because
inside.
see, you know why I
Because
agree.
they put
You know why
their soul
one thing.
into
You know
it.
why I agree that men are better cooks than women.
I will never
See,
agree with that.
when a man does something, you know, a man does something, puts his whole attention to it.
You put
Okay,
attention.
but
Okay,
what's
you
the
get the difference? You put
Especially
attention,
when
but
it
the
comes
woman put
to
her soul.
Love.
No.
Soul food.
So food,
Well,
you go
it's
feed.
different.
No, well, I've dated an American
Oh, yeah,
that cooks soul food. You know, she's good. She's very good. Very, very good. But there's not so many women. I guess let's put it this way. In this our age and time, there's not a lot of females that cook.
If that's the
You
case,
guys
there's
agree
no
that?
men that cook.
No, but
Okay.
and in that within that same category or number or general or group, the men that cook among those race among that number are better cooks than. the
Okay, let me
females.
raise my hand. Can I raise my hand on that one? If you're judging from the American standpoint, so your reason is valid. If you go back home to Nigeria,
Nah,
now,
that's not lie.
if you go back to home to
If you
Nigeria
go-
now,
the way women
those
will
girls
destroy
can cook because they are up
Have you gone to a
today.
Nigerian party?
Yeah, up to today in Nigeria, right? The girls still know that cooking correct soup will help them find a good.
Can I ask
People that are paid
Can I ask
Listen
something?
to what the
Just
other
like,
saying.
exactly, it's just like saying that that's the chef Boyadri or whoever you mentioned.
No.
If you eat their food,
Let me
it's
say
nowhere
one thing.
compared to
For
females.
Nigerian party, now the guys they kill the ram. Now we they kill the cow.
But those are hired cooks. Those are hired
Cooking
cooks.
and
Okay,
bulk.
those are
Cooking
general
and bulk is another skill.
True.
Let me say this.
That's like a whole
Let me
nother
say
thing.
this. Let me say this. You said men cook with attention, right? From where we're from, right? Women cook is their soul, as you said. Women cook not only competitively, like if I cook the best meal, this man is not going anywhere. They cook to capture.
That's the women that are well trained. How many of them today? And you keep saying going back home, going back home. All the examples that you gave of people that can cook are in Nigeria. How many of those people are here?
There are more women here than
in LA.
But there's
Okay,
more.
okay, but
Let me say again. Let me say
I agree with
again.
him a little bit on that.
Hold up.
A little
Now
bit.
we're going off topic. Now we're talking about the amount of women that can
No,
cook.
we're not talking about all your numbers have been Nigeria.
Yeah,
We're
we're
Nigeria right
You
now.
see, nah, American gal,
But not one girl.
black gal.
One girl.
It's not-
Look at
How
that.
about
Yes,
the number
sir.
of how many people you don't get?
Let me ask you a question.
Because I just
hold on.
I just
Hold on.
post-
Babayo,
post-
Babayo, let me ask you a
English,
question. Babayo,
Okay, we'll translate that.
Hold on, Babayo. 5 over 100 in an exam is what?
Fail.
5 over.
Five over-
5 over 100.
You
Five
fail.
over 100 is 5%.
Okay, what is that?
Fail.
No
F.
fail.
So you're talking about maybe only 5% of the African Americans.
Thank you.
Okay, I understand that. But if you, okay, again though, you guys are missing the point. You guys are missing the point. Now you're talking about the quantity of women that can cook.
No, we are not going there.
That's even the topic. I said men are
No, we
better
should do
than
this.
Okay, let's conclude.
Let us conclude. But before we conclude,
Yeah.
So men and women, you are the one moderating this.
Yeah.
Why am I even?
So what's your conclusion?
My conclusion is that I think overall, women can cook better than men. I think that's just because of a numbers game, though. That's just numbers.
Exactly.
This is a numbers game.
That's your conclusion. Okay.
I think, and I'm saying this to the ladies directly, I would like to give a special shout out to a special girl that can whip that work. She cooks.
Look at her!
She my trap queen.
What? This was in our show to do.
No, don't worry. But ladies out there, here's what we should do before we all conclude. We should have a live competition where we're the judges. And we should just
Bring
have
some
women
female cook
cooks.
and some guys cook and we taste
Okay,
it.
I'll
Wow,
ask
that's
the
a good one.
competition. Bring any woman, I'll compete with Stu.
What?
Yeah.
Did y'all heard that live?
Word.
You just heard that live.
Word.
Live.
Word. That was cool.
Live. That's
That
a
was
competition
cool.
right there.
Okay. Have you concluded?
No,
But I think
that's his competition.
women cook a lot better than men, at least quantity-wise. you know, you can't get into the specific details because what makes a better cook is a whole different topic. But
Yeah.
I think because of quantity, women are better cooks than men because there's just a lot more women cooking.
Okay,
Fuck
my
your
conclusion is, I said I will compete with any woman you bring because my sister and my mom showed me how to cook stew very well.
Which stew? Make it specific.
Stew, tomato stew with meat or with fish, whatever you
With
want.
that one that you made the other day.
Yeah.
Oh, damn.
This one just want to eat.
I just want to eat. I don't care.
So since I learned from them, how
You
can
know-
you learn from someone and say that she can do it better than the person?
Hell, I'm ready.
Am I making sense? So, coming from my own background, I know my sisters and mom and a couple of my cousins. I know in the world I can say man can cook better than anyone.
Yeah.
I don't know that man.
Okay, my conclusion. Also, now I say more about my talk.
Oh, another thing is when you saw what it, and have you dated Akwa Ibom?
Okay.
What's the name of that soup?
Yeah.
Any kind of.
Okay.
Yeah, that's
All right.
Ah, my head.
Yeah.
Hold on. If you date Akwa Ibom,
You know what?
if
You know what? Jimmy is excited
Yeah.
about
if you date an Akwa Ibom
It's good.
or Cross River girl,
That's bomb.
and you finish food and you say man can cook better than woman.
But my brother, you don't.
The next episode is
no, hold
who's
on.
better.
You don't. Have you forgotten
Yeah,
that?
back-
Though,
back
in that
yes.
same Akwa you mentioned, who used to be the stewards for the white men and all those? Who should cook for them? Now men now.
And who taught
It's
the
the
man how to
men. And you can teach the man, but the man gets so good at it now that there's so just in my conclusion, guys. In my conclusion, look, I don't take anything away from women because my mother is a very good cook. But since my mother's time, the number of females that can cook is not that many. Okay. And if I judge all the people that
So
I've
that's
dated,
depreciation.
maybe the percent that can cook is probably 2% that can cook
Okay.
out of the people that I've dated. You two, I know you're only one person. Now you mentioned. I want to
No.
You only mentioned one person that can cook.
That the
Out of the
kitchen
people that
has
you dated.
No. That she actually cooked something doesn't mean the other girls couldn't cook.
How
It just
good
never
were they
came up.
cooking, though?
Who?
Those
They
other
never
girls?
cooked.
Because they can cook.
No, because I was young.
My friend.
So I never got into the kitchen. We went to McDonald's. But this girl can cook.
Because now you don't go
They were
Yeah,
young.
because
How
one person
young were they?
Huh?
How young?
I was like what, 21? That was not.
The one that adult you can vote, you're mature adult.
No, you don't get what I'm saying.
What
You
you're
don't
saying
get
is
what I'm saying.
they should have
There was
cooked
no
if they
point
knew how
of
to cook.
cooking then.
Okay.
Now this girl, they try to
And by the way,
control
you
you.
have your own kitchen.
Let me take.
Exactly. Now the kitchen don't
Alright,
dig.
thank you.
Yeah, they whip and wrist.
Okay, thank you. The number of, I think men are better cooks than women because you mentioned a very good point that all the chefs, look at all the chefs, look at all the cooking shows, look at the numbers now. You know, you say they are trained men. The numbers outnumber the females when you talk about chefs, professional people that went to school to learn how to cook. There has to be a reason why that.
We don't know if that's a statistic. I said this is the ones that have been marketed.
Well,
This is what I saw.
okay.
Because
what
don't
you
forget
saw.
my Aunt Jemima
And-
was over there whipping at work too.
And without me even googling this, look at all the TV shows. Look at all the chef
Marketing.
shows, all the shows. How many men
Marketing.
are the ones that are cooking? How
Marketing.
many ones are the ones go all the 5-star restaurants? Everything that I've seen on is men. So when men do things, they do it very well. That's my conclusion. Thank you.
Mama Christopher, forgive this guy.
What's up, comment?
Mama Christopher, forgive him for him.